What's up, everybody? Why supposed to be in the middle? Hold on, y'all. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Antonio took it. There we go. I like being
It is time to lean in, bitch. We're here for the Real Housewives of Potomac, part 4 of this reunion, season 6, and we have a full panel, which I think we had like 2 weeks ago, right? So it ain't the first time, but welcome back to the full panel. It's been a long season. Asia, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm glad it's over.
Jasmine,
I'm black and I'm happy that it's over. Thank God.
okay. Antonio,
I'm happy that it's over as well. Even though I wasn't here as much as the others, I had taken a few vacation days, but I'm still glad it's over as well.
A few.
well, nobody's taking more vacation days than Danny. Danny, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad it's over too. Should have ended last week, but
I agree.
That's
I
the thing
agree.
about these shows is that they give us so much to where it's like the season be good, but they just drag it out like 4 parts again, like Beverly Hills. We didn't need 4 parts. That's my opinion. I feel like we all feel the same here.
I learned
Definitely
nothing
did
new
not
last night.
need cement booty, so I'm good.
I learned nothing new last night.
Oh.
Nothing new.
Yeah. My God.
Not because we knew Candiace could sing.
Yeah.
Hello. That was the least of her concern.
You try to be funny. I love Nicki, but
we definitely gonna talk about Nicki. Some good, some bad. Maybe I don't know how it's gonna go, depending on how it feels. But of course, before we get started, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button to like. It's so funny. YouTube took away the count for dislikes. So for all you haters that's been disliking,
I don't see your shit.
I mean, all I can see is how much you love me, not how much you hate us. So yeah, appreciate y'all too. So of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if not already, and let's get into this reunion. Oh, and hey, everybody in the chat, I see Cass, I see JP Rob, I see David, and if you're here in the chat, give us a shout out, say what's up as we get started. So
text your friends and tell them to join too. Thank you.
Yeah, tell them to
join. The last one.
This is the last one, so we got to make sure this is extra good as they all have been. But this is like the last one. So even if the episode went that good, we're gonna make sure this is good. Hopefully.
Our show is usually the best.
Huh?
When the episode is trash, our show is usually really good.
Last week,
because we have a good time.
Yeah.
Asia, what did you think about Nicki overall as a host?
I think she was biased. I think she a little mean girl. I mean, I'm not really surprised how she came at the girls, but I think she is a good host.
Okay.
I just didn't need her. I didn't need her. We could have dealt without her.
Okay. Jasmine?
I agree. I think she was biased, but I do think she did well at hosting. I don't think we needed it though. I don't think that this episode did enough for it to have been so hyped up like that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I could take it or leave it.
Okay. Yeah. Antonio?
Yeah. She could have stayed in the back. I really didn't have any expectations just because Nicki Minaj to me ain't that girl. Ain't gonna never be that girl. Ain't never been that girl. So I didn't really have any expectations, but I was open to seeing what she did. I will agree that she did a decent job, I guess, kind of hosting or asking her questions. Because I wouldn't even say she really hosted. She just kind of asked a few questions. She didn't have good transitions and all of that. It was just kind of random. So, but yeah, it could have been ended last week. I didn't need her after watching it again today because I always watch them twice, so I didn't need her at all.
Okay, Denny.
Well, I didn't think she was a good host. I think she was very biased, which I understand. That's one of the reasons why she was brought there. Apparently, I guess to ask the questions that Andy couldn't ask. Jasmine said she didn't understand the hype leading up to it. I did understand the hype leading up to it. It was the first, I guess celebrity to, co-host or whatever. I just don't think the hype was lived up to.
Yeah.
And she didn't deliver to me.
Yeah, and I don't think it needs to happen again.
She was talking,
and that's it.
She was talking way too fast at some points. You could barely understand her. It's like she was trying to cram 4 thoughts into one. Like, I just didn't see it.
You ain't coming to do a breast meat.
And it's very different. Because remember when she judged Drag Race? You and I loved her as a judge. We thought
She
she was a
seemed
really
to
good
be
judge.
less of a character for Drag Race, and in this one, she was kind of tapping into her Roman character.
Yeah, I preferred
is that
her.
who it was?
I preferred her on Drag Race. She was really a really good judge there.
I enjoyed her on American Idol, actually. Mariah Carey, of course, but
that's where she lost me.
I liked her. I liked her. I liked the action. But I mean, that's because I don't like Mariah Carey, so really.
Oh,
what is wrong with you?
Now wait a minute. Before we get into that one, I'm gonna say that I agree with what everybody said. I do think she was a little biased, but I enjoyed her energy the most. Honestly, I felt like she made me laugh a few times, and I really don't laugh at what Nicki says, but a few things she was saying, her facial reactions, I thought it was spot on. I didn't like some moments. I liked some. I didn't like some. So I'm kind of all over the place. And you'll see as we get into it, like what I did, what I didn't like. I think I kind of agree with everybody in so many ways. Talking fast, her being a good host, and sometimes being a bad host. It wasn't terrible. Was it? I don't think it was needed, but I think that if they had scratched last week's episode and just put this episode, it would have been a good ending.
Okay.
This, it just made it a lot.
I'll take that.
And yes, no Mariah Carey slander.
Don't like.
Oh, you could just remove Jasmine. We could just.
Now she leaned out.
So basically last week last week was like the introduction to Nicki, and she kind of comes at each I guess individually, each of the ladies. She came at Ashley first about her not having a storyline. We talked about Candiace jumping in for her. I think it was really just me and Asia.
Yeah,
we talked about her jumping in. That me and at that time we didn't really like it, but we felt like it was a good seeing that kind of energy. It gave a good note, like okay, Nicki's gonna do really well, But I want to hear y'all thoughts about the situation with Nicki, because it seems like Ashley was really the only person, in my opinion, that kind of challenged Nicki a little bit. Versus everybody else kind of took it back and just took it. Because when she asked the question about storyline, she was like, "Are you saying that my family's not a storyline?" I liked that. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because like somebody said on Facebook, it felt like they were all starstruck and just either that they really. It didn't really matter what Nick could have said that they smell like shit. They would have said, "Oh, Nicki."
Oh God,
Ashley. I like what Ashley said. No.
Yeah, Ashley was the only one that challenged Nicki.
She did.
I agree with that.
You know why?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ashley is a white woman. Okay.
I thought because she was a Mexican.
Anybody. Ashley can do what she wants.
Well, if that's the case, Robin can too.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's a rich white woman. She is
rich. Okay, that's the difference.
So she basically says that Wendy, you know what I'm saying, should have not taken offense to. I'm sorry. She basically said that Wendy should have taken more offense to Ashley coming to her versus Giselle, or at least equally the same energy towards them both. But did y'all hear Robin when she said that she didn't think that Wendy would react that way?
Yeah, I did hear her say that.
That was
so it got me looking at Robin crazy again, because last week I kind of gave Robin the benefit of the doubt last week, but now I'm like, all right, Robin, now you couldn't have thought that talking about her husband was gonna have her react any kind of a positive way. Exactly. So any comments on this segment? Go ahead, Antonio.
Because Robin didn't react calmly when Ashley was talking about her husband that season. So I don't know why she thought Wendy would have been calm or wouldn't have taken it that way. Hell, she went up in Ashley's restaurant where they were serving motherfucking kangaroo and armadillo and shit, trying to kick her ass and like pointing her finger in her face. So I don't know why she thought Wendy was just going to be Zen Win at that time.
What I can't stand is that that passive aggression of doing something and then saying, well, I didn't know you was going to react. I can't stand that, because we're all grown. We all have reacted they have all reacted some way in that form of fashion when it was in turn for them. Ashley included, especially with the whole wand dingling sucking thing. She was mad at Robin for even agreeing with Candiace with that. So, I mean, I just feel like I just really hate that, just trying to be slow on purpose. I just can't deal with that, because exactly what you're doing, and that's what I can't see, Ashley.
Yeah.
Hey, Barbara.
I think they need to just start calling out when they're being passive aggressive. Say, okay, that was passive aggressive. I see you. and keep it a buck, because it's kind of redundant to say it at the end. Like, no, you knew what you meant. You was being passive aggressive then, and then when it comes reunion time, it's on camera.
That's one thing I can't say I liked about Nicki is when she was like, "Come on, Robin, girl, for real." Like, call her out on that shit, because at the end of the day, like that's how Robin and Giselle get away with so much shit. They bounce off each other with like the who did that, who said that, who did that. Like they just be acting like they don't know shit.
Yeah, and when she started with Ashley right away, you could tell like just the way she went in. It was barely a hello.
Yeah,
Just said, and boom, went right in. Like as I watched over and over, she went at Ashley and Candiace harder than any she done anybody
she did.
else.
You could definitely tell that they were.
I feel like she went at
least
Ashley the
favorite.
hardest. I mean, like someone said,
I say, but Ashley and Candiace had
Ashley
the
the
worst out of
hardest.
everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think so much for Candiace was more based on her her music, and Ashley on like her personal life. So I do feel like Nickel went at them the most.
I agree with that. I feel like she did something that probably triggered Candiace more with her artistry than Ashley, because Ashley's been getting that probably all over social media.
I mean, it was a valid question. We have been saying it all season,
right?
I mean, we've been questioning whether or not she should come back. I like that Ashley did say, well, I have a repertoire of doing this. Yes, your husband has been trashed for 5 seasons, so it kept you there. But at the end of the day,
now we not. Ashley still has kind of stood on her own outside of Michael old wrinkled up ass too.
Everything
she gave us good TV with Katie. We read her for
Katie,
Cherise. She's kind of did her thing throughout the season, so I'm not gonna take that away from her.
Because of Michael's
she ain't clocked in for half her schedule. So.
If she would have received the same accountability as
her vagina was hurt from pushing out that baby.
If she would have received the same accountability as other people, it probably wouldn't seem like she hasn't done shit for the last 5 years. But since she has done some stuff, and you got to keep on remembering, she did walk up at that woman's party and did say that one had a woman. she did say that Grace Dingley was swiveled up or something like that. So you got to keep. I forgot about that. You got to keep reminding yourself, because she don't really, in my opinion, get as much flack for the shit she done. Mm-hmm. But I can't agree when you do double back on it. She has stood on her own in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she went to Robin, and I saw comments too from Sasuke and I think TKC talking about when she said that Robin and Juan have had the most sexual chemistry. Now
we didn't even see one.
I don't know what scenes that Nicki see in the back, but baby, I didn't see no sexual chemistry.
When they showed one, he was saying Robin was fucking unattractive and lazy.
The most sexual thing that Robin did was
that.
I mean, what was she doing when she did that, Asia? What was Robin doing when she did that, Asia?
Oh, you talking about
my God!
Herself. Oh God!
Like, no, I actually say words that begin with F.
I actually thought that last season that they showed the most chemistry, like right before they got engaged.
Yeah,
I thought that they were more sexual when then, like he was like, yeah, he's shooting at the club and all that.
Every scene he was reading her.
He told her she was unattractive, she was lazy.
She couldn't afford the storage.
She couldn't afford the storage. He rolled her motherfucking arm up in the window and pinched her motherfucking arm fat.
It's crazy to me.
He left Karen wedding early.
I don't know where Robin to work. I don't know what Nicki was watching, but nobody saw that but her. She also talks
Nicholas
about
it's really cringy that when she brings up the past that he gets so like wired up like that. I don't know. It's giving me what's Contessa's husband? I like
Scott.
It's giving me Scott a little bit. Like every time I bring up something, he starts to fidget, his mouth starts like drooling shit. Like I just don't like it. And I like Juan. I actually do think that they balance each other out. But it's just when they bring up the past, he'd be like, don't do that. You're making me look crazy. I mean, I think
maybe because he wants them to move forward. They've gotten re-engaged. No, but you can't move they bought a new house, so maybe they just want to move forward. I mean, maybe he feels like they have.
But how many times he got to acknowledge it though?
He was a treater, and she just need to just come out and say that you used to cheat on me. Stop! Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit no more. You used to cheat on me. Don't do it. Like she just got to say that shit.
Well, yeah, that's all.
That's why he rolled her damn arm up in that fucking window.
Look at her arm.
But she got. But I guess maybe he felt like you probably said that 90 times behind closed doors. You got to say it on camera too.
Well, yeah. But Robin
Nicki
seems like the type of
too.
person that used being on camera to say that shit. She seems like the type of person that have been sitting there quiet for years, and then as soon as the camera roll, like, oh, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Can't no, I'm on camera now. Can't nobody stop me. So I
But
honestly
she
don't.
got what she got.
Well, and she got.
Like if she would have framed it a different way on camera, then it wouldn't have come off so like cringy. Like she could have been like, "Oh, well, once I drop this baby, I'm about to be out. You're gonna have to change the diapers this time." Like she could have said it.
Or she could have just said the way she said, he just grow the fuck up. And that's just what the hell.
If you keep bringing something up that you don't want to talk about no more, then you're gonna get left on red. Your arm gonna get rolled up in the damn.
I mean, to be fair, he don't
Exactly.
She's saying that, so in 10 years he could bring up how she was a lazy, no good for nothing mother right
Yeah,
now
wow.
in bed.
Wow.
I
mean, her son did have
if you want to bring something up when you're married or with a spouse, if you want to bring something up and you know it's like not the easiest thing, you can say it with a joke or just come up with a different way of saying it so you can appeal to the person you're trying to
don't say it on camera.
I don't even like
we still talking about Juan and Robin.
I don't even think she brings it up enough for him to be getting that mad about it, honestly. Like I believe when she first got on the show, the money problems took precedent over the cheating and all that extra shit, because I feel like she took so much of the blame for that she neglected to check his ass for the shit that he did.
I hope she had already checked him since they was already divorced when they got on the show.
Yeah.
They just couldn't afford to live separately.
Yeah, we talked about Robin more than they did on the reunion.
That's true. Right. We can move on.
Well, I'm just like, y'all still talking about Juan and Robin.
So these 4 minutes we talked about them two was longer than
they talked on the show.
Longer than they talked on the show. You crazy, Jazz.
Thank you, Kyra. Too much conversation about these roommates.
Okay, Kyra, my bad.
Thank you. No, I'm with Kyra. Thank you. Because I was like, I'm letting them finish, but so they talked about Robin some more, and this was actually interesting. They talked about Juan and Michael Darby. And I do like how Nicki was looking at them like, so you think this is okay? And what was killing me was Ashley trying to differentiate what the hell it means to be attracted to another man. And it's like, girl, it's not rocket science. If your husband has said he would suck this man thick and he attracted, and Robin, you okay with it? Y'all okay with this? This is not okay.
Right.
This is not okay. And I feel like they still weren't getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they got it.
No, I think they were getting it. It was okay to them, and that's the only people it has to be okay to. It don't have to be okay to Nikki.
Well, I mean, that's the only people that gotta go in on Nikki and who her husband been attracted to.
My
so
God.
It don't have to be okay to anybody else. So.
Well, we talked about that on this show, and we just said like at some point it gets cringy to see continue to. I mean, does Juan think this is okay? I mean,
clearly Michael has like a crush on Juan.
That's why she broke it down. If you know somebody likes you and you keep on like having one-on-one conversations with them, then you're either you're trying to do that shit, or you're like playing. Like either way, it's a way.
Or you just enjoy that person's friendship and you drew the line, and that's not gonna happen.
Exactly. Or so let's say, for example, if Juan did say, "Yeah, I can't fuck with him. I don't want to be around him. I think he got a crush on me." Then Juan gonna be labeled as a fucking homophobe as well.
Yep.
Well, I wouldn't think that nothing would be wrong with now if he brought up the fact that he gay and I want to fuck with him, then I can see that. But if he made the conscious decision to look at TV and say that man said he wanted to suck my dick and say I don't really want to have that much conversation with him, I would respect it. And that's just, I mean,
I would as well.
But would have said that Robin wouldn't be hanging around.
Right. She would make an excuse. I just feel as though like they don't take it as serious as probably we take it looking on the outside in, because if I had a husband and I had a friend whose husband said that about my husband, then I feel like that conversation should have been had off camera about it.
I agree with that, Jasmine. But it feel like to me, Nikki wanted it to be more of a Juan a gay issue. Juan shouldn't be friends with him because the dudes I know, the straight dudes I know, you say that to them and they gonna beat your ass and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Nickelodeon, your nigga is a registered pedophile. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? You need to worry about who the fuck he attracted to instead of what Juan and Michael is doing.
And I know that we all joke, sometimes we all joke and say Michael gay, this, that, and the third, but I wouldn't get on TV with a platform, and after the question's already been answered, keep pressing to try to get the answer to be changed to yes, he's gay. Like
Yeah.
she kept pressing and pressing and pressing. That was
And then when she
tacky.
said, "Ask Robin, does Juan have other gay friends?" and Ashley
Yeah.
was like,
He said,
"Well,
right,
Michael ain't
he's
gay."
fucking petty for that.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't mean that." Yes, the fuck you did, Nicole. Yes, you did.
I mean, she kept trying it with Robin and Giselle. Again, we joke about it, but with her platform, she just the y'all were sleeping. Like she really went on it for like it became cringy.
Well,
Right.
I agree. She did kind of tap a little bit, almost into a little homophobia.
Mm.
But when she put it into the perspective of a man and a woman and your friends that she attracted, I mean,
but it's not the same. So you can't. I mean, seeing it from that perspective is kind of irrelevant because there's no attraction. It's irrelevant.
But this is my also. This
I
is
think
my
what
also,
she's saying is that this man is attracted, and he said he would suck his meat. So if I was a girl and vice versa, and I said I want to suck some of my friends' penis, like you don't think that'd be an issue?
The only
but that's not the situation here, so that's not really irrelevant.
It is though. It is though. It's a question about Ashley's sexuality as well for me. That makes it a little bit more of a question for them because she said they had an open relationship. She's dabbled in women, and I don't think that it's like a broad thought to think that he's dabbled in men as well because he's touched men's behinds, and he's said that he would suck somebody's meat before. So I just think that with it being since their relationship to me seems so open on some swinger shit, maybe I don't know, but I think that that's probably why I might question it other people. But I do think that Nicki was more so gearing to basically say that woman's husband was gay.
But I feel like if Robin had an issue with it, then her mind should be thinking that there's a chance that her husband would do something with Michael.
Robin is just getting cheated on. She don't care.
But do you think that they're making?
I don't think she'd be okay with.
We're gonna move on.
Do you think
I think it's a lot of valid points, but I don't think we all don't agree, and that's fine. So then this was honestly, I'm gonna say she went very light on Giselle, Karen, and Mia.
Karen, yeah.
Giselle took us this whole beauty. I mean, it was shade when she said, "Do you think your beauty is fading?"
Yeah.
And she tried to relate it to the.
She was like, "You look different," and I was like,
I mean, she does look prettier before, but I mean,
look a lot prettier.
Yeah, it's just
a lot prettier now.
I think she just gained weight, though. I think.
Yeah, that's what I was
think
thinking too,
gained
Jasmine. It
weight,
looked like
that's
she's
all.
gained a few pounds. Yeah.
She's gained weight and gotten older. Like years ago, and she's what 52 now.
Giselle is 52 or 53.
She's 53.
I mean, your face gonna fall at some point.
Yeah.
Well, that and also as hard as it is as we ride her for her hair, makeup, all that, it's still gotten better than it was in the beginning seasons. Like Giselle looks better now than she did in the beginning of the show. To me.
She looked naturally pretty before.
She's giving me Jasmine Guy.
Now she's I don't know like
For real.
the makeup. It's like she's wearing more makeup now. It's a lot.
I think she looks better now.
She hasn't. I don't think she's elevated anything at all. Her wigs, they just fucked up. They just
her hair has gotten better.
No,
did
did you see that wig at the Union? It was flopped on there. She have at the Union. She having no damn baby hair or nothing.
Baby hair.
When they did a flashback to Karen's wig, when she was 60. Hold on. Her and Giselle had the same hair back then.
Yeah, that is true. The bang.
Giselle's hair has gotten better. As bad as it is, it's gotten better.
Cal ain't shit for that. Cal really ain't shit for that.
Okay. Well,
her hairstylist.
Maradona said Giselle hair is the same, just less bundles.
and not as dry.
That's true.
We're not gonna. They lie enough.
Tyra said, "Why y'all lying? Nothing on Gizzard has gotten better."
That's my opinion.
Don't shoot.
I'm not lying. I'm sharing my opinion.
Okay, Daddy.
We are not getting paid. We do not have to lie.
Okay, so we talked about Jamal and second chance, blah. With Karen,
Asia.
Now, the most interesting thing from Karen's segment was that she brought in the whole like how Karen and Giselle go back and forth, and basically it was basically trying to make it seem like Giselle should be scared of Karen. I like how Giselle was like, "No, I'm just
We're
gonna
gonna
keep
go
going.
at it again.
We're
Yeah.
gonna keep going again." But if you notice, Robin made a comment on the side, and she was like, "The difference is Karen making stuff up, and Giselle's thinking facts."
Facts.
Did y'all
Yeah, I
hear that?
seen that.
Yeah.
I was like, Robin, shut the fuck up. That's
They
what I
both
said.
look like
Nah, no, that's true because you know Karen be lying. I mean,
Yeah.
But what did Karen lie about? It was in the blog.
She
Hold
wasn't
up. It
lying
was
about
in the
sex.
blogs that she had a fiery box, and it was well, she kind of got mixed up with the whole Sing Sing thing, but we know
nah,
what she was
get
talking
mixed up.
about.
No, she didn't. She didn't
No,
get
no,
mixed
no. I'm saying she meant Sing Sing is a
Prison.
prison. She was trying to be shady about that was stuff that was out
institution.
there. So it wasn't something that Karen just made up out of thin air, but it
Giselle
was.
most certainly did go to a mental institution.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
we
Giselle
talking
lied
about
too. Like she said, yeah, the men, like the men's DMs, you be sliding in it.
The
And
only
even
Is that
she
a
thing,
said,
lie? Is that a
the
lie?
only thing that I'm gonna hold
she
Karen
said it was a
accountable
lie.
for is she keeps saying the whole hot box thing was in the blog, and it's okay, cool, it was, but it was in the same blog that she sat there and said is never credible when mentioning Wendy's husband's cheating rumors. So I mean,
Yeah, I
if it
just
was
think that's
if it was
just
credible enough
shade.
for you to repeat that room, no, yeah, it was wrong.
It was just they was going back and forth.
It
And
was
at
wrong.
that point, if we're going back and forth, if I done read it, I don't really care if it's credible or not.
Right.
I'm gonna
It was
tag your
wrong.
motherfucking.
Right.
I'm gonna tag your ass with it.
You done already said the motherfucker might as well.
I didn't say the IN on it, so
Oh, child.
Motherfucker.
Child. If there are kids watching, excuse my uncle Antonio.
Lean out, lean out.
Down at the union.
Not the
the
union.
union with Nickel. Y'all
Shout out to
Hey.
Stefan Crawford for this super chat. He says, "I think this episode was good, but it would have been better if it had just been three had been parts 3 and 4. It seems were rushed with them cutting so many scenes."
Yeah.
So you wanted to give her 2 whole hours?
okay.
Well, it seems like he was just saying maybe parts 3 and 4 were better. Is that what you're saying, Stefan?
Maybe it could have been
No.
cut and put together.
He's
Or-
trying to
yeah,
say
I know.
if Nikki had episodes, if Nikki hosted 3 or 4, I think that would have been
Parts of 3.
I don't
If she had parts 3 and 4. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got you. So 2 parts of Nikki. I don't know about that stuff. That's just me.
I only wanted like 25 minutes of Nikki, if that. If I,
I
had
think
to.
it was
I would have
good.
been fine with what she ended.
I agree,
last
Asia.
season, not seeing her again.
Yeah. It was enough.
Okay, so Mia. Now let me say something about Mia. Mia, I don't know if y'all noticed that Mia got her whole energy shifted when Nikki was out there. She was a lot more present, verbal. She had a lot more everything. It seemed like I don't know if Nikki, I don't know what she had, a drink or something, but her energy, if she had that energy at the beginning, she would have been able to read into Candiace a little bit, but realistically, it was too late. Because if you notice, one thing I noticed in this particular one, we know Giselle has been like coming at Candiace on the side, but in this particular one, every time Candiace says something, Giselle would tell her to stop talking. And Mia was doing the same thing every time she was talking. It seemed like Mia was getting all her jabs in at the end, like she knew, okay, girl, we got this the last hour. Let me get my jabs in. That's just what I got. But they talk about her mother, and Nikki says she admires about her story with the mother. And then Mia was like, my mom is doing better. She's at home, my child right now.
Cause she loved me.
Because she loved me.
She loved me. I'm like, okay, girl, we get it. We got it.
And y'all are not even there, so nobody cares.
Right.
She ain't low budget. We got it.
Loser. Oh, sorry.
But
Sorry.
anything to add to the segment with Mia that y'all?
Not really.
No. Fuck me.
We don't like her.
Nah, I'm okay with moving along. Yeah.
Bigfoot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
TKC said, I left this episode liking Mia. She should come back, fire Wendy.
Please.
Well, I don't, but I will say this. I did like when she finally told Wendy, shut the fuck up. Because Wendy had been telling her to shut the fuck up like them whole 9 hours they was there. And finally the 10th hour, she was like, no, you shut the fuck up. So I was like, okay, Mia, but even still now,
I honestly would be okay if Wendy did not come back.
Oh, well.
Damn.
What?
She ticked all the way down, Danny?
I'm just trying to see.
We knew she was going to.
She annoyed the complete hell out of me parts 1, 2, 3, and 4.
She annoyed me as well.
The only time the newbies work and stay around is when like 2 of them enter at the same time, is what it's seeming like. Like they You know what I'm saying? When one come in, it's easy for them to come right back out. Especially like after a season, because remember we got Kenya and Portia season 5, and then we were good after that.
I'm hoping that if Mia does come back, that I don't know. Sometimes people are we see Wendy's different her second season, so we see how that's going.
Yeah,
Maybe Mia would come back and it would be the opposite. I don't know, but I feel like maybe I don't like when they kind of pop people in and take them right out. I think kind of give the people a chance.
They lead at least 2 seasons.
Yeah,
and then after this, I mean,
Wendy had her too.
She's kind of been.
she's not going nowhere.
Mia has kind of been alluding that she's going to be leaving. She created a new Instagram last week, and she made those posts a couple of weeks ago about how the show was. Thought it was this, so I don't know if she is not offered a contract. I don't know if she's not coming back on her own. What I do know is that she does not hang with the girls outside of the show, and of course we know that, but that's even like around like the reunion time when they were all here. She kind of was to herself, so I don't know.
I think Mia, if she came back, I'd want her to sit there, own everything, don't backtrack. If you're gonna be the villain, be the villain. Like just own everything and go.
Yeah. Did y'all see when did you see her? You hear her response? Well, this is when I laughed when her response was they talked about the 100 million in the bank,
and she said, "How do you know I don't?"
And
you don't. I know that.
No, you don't.
He said, "Girl, you don't."
I know that for a fact. You don't.
I know that for a fact. I was like, ooh.
Maybe primarily because she told us how much she make, and that don't equate to $100 million, baby.
Yeah, she said I make $450,000 a year. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm just.
She did say that.
I ain't trying to make nobody feel no way, but
Mia does not know that the cameras are always rolling. She forgets she's on reality TV.
Well,
yes, and she.
What did Cassie say? She's a she live in Toonville.
She's crazy.
Okay. Well, I did like Karen's response to the thing. She was like, "I have to have Ray." She was like, "Oh, I have to have Ray," and I was like, "Okay, Karen. Like, I see you, girl. She love her damn husband. We get it." And Ashley stuttered. Because she know damn well that man is not attractive. I'm sorry. He wasn't attractive 10 years ago. He ain't attractive now. Look the same damn guy.
I didn't know they had been together maybe that long, like 11 or so years. I didn't know that.
I will say that Ashley is still better than me because Nicki would have wanted to fight me after she asked me some questions.
I think they were also still because it was, I guess, maybe somebody that Andy brought in, and maybe they were trying to still keep a certain level of decorum, because I was honestly surprised that Candiace actually, I know we haven't got to her yet, but that she held back the way that she did. So I guess maybe it's still like a respect thing, maybe.
Why we both do that?
Well, I'll wait till we get to Candiace.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and talk about this Candiace thing. It's a lot in this segment. So basically, the first thing she brought up was holding Mama Dot accountable. I thought that was,
I enjoyed that part.
I did enjoy that.
No, you did.
But I think her answer, Candiace's answer was, it's difficult to explain. I think it's difficult to explain. I mean, that's her mom.
That's still her mama. She can't go and be like, bitch, get the, she can't do that.
Right. So
and especially you're not going to do it on TV. Like,
right.
Well, and that was one thing she said, I'm not going to do it on TV. I'm not going to disrespect on TV. And Giselle was like, but he disrespected her on TV. And I'm like, Giselle, stop. Like, Giselle was.
She didn't check her TV when he embarrassed her walking out that restaurant.
I was just going to say that. She did not.
Because it gets to a point where, like I've said before, you're going to respect your mom, regardless. Like I said, we got the Mama D's of the world. We got Jim Jones' mama. We had Frankie, Lord rest and stuff. We had a lot of these mamas out here that done overstep their boundaries with their children. And it's about how you react and how you respect your parent. That people can judge. And Candy as well. Mama Joyce has been disrespectful as hell.
That's the example right there.
I mean, she's been very disrespectful. But you're never going to see Candy check her mama on TV. We've never seen it, and I don't think that it's not gone. That it's not happened. It's just that we've never seen it, and I do respect.
We're not going to,
and I respect her for acknowledging that fact of the respect part of it.
We're not gonna see Candiace bare braids under her wig on camera, and we're not gonna see her go off on her mama. Those are two guaranteed things for sure.
I agree. I completely agree.
I was gonna say one thing. Sorry, I didn't like how Giselle was trying to chime in
Right.
because Giselle was the main one clowning her when her mom hit her in the head with her purse
Right.
and said she didn't get
Giselle, I don't know.
And Giselle was also
her kids do the
Giselle
same
was
thing.
yeah. No, but Giselle was also feeding into Mama Dot at the video too, feeding, stoking the
Yeah.
fire too about Chris. So I mean, Giselle, you need to shut up because you contributed to that. Mia got the heat, but you and Robin were right there contributing to it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what happened with Giselle and Candiace right before this reunion, but Giselle was really at Candiace the entire reunion.
She
Like
was.
it didn't matter what I don't know what the hell happened, but that is just some off energy that I didn't expect. You know what I'm saying?
I
Not
was
that
surprised they were sitting next to each
She
other.
should have been. She should have checked that as soon as she said if Mia would have hauled off and popped you, then from then
Yeah.
on, I
But
would have.
I don't know the order because they
Okay.
aired the reunion in different order in which it was
Yeah,
shot.
they did.
So I don't know. I know the first part was definitely towards the end,
Yeah,
but
okay.
they moved it towards the front. So it's all over the place and I know that because what's her name? Escala didn't come out towards the end, and that was like the first part, right?
She was there.
Yeah. Second. Oh,
Barely.
That's the only way that I told that.
Team Scholar.
So then after that, they talk about. I mean, so then they move into Drive Back or whatever, and they talk. She asked a question about how successful they thought the song would be before the video came out. Everybody gives their opinion. Kara's confused between a 9 until Nicki basically forces her to give a lower score.
Right.
And I was like, okay. And then Mia says -2, even though she hasn't seen or heard the video. So basically, they go into this whole thing about the Billboard versus iTunes. Now, this is very interesting because if you know Nicki, and you ain't got to be a fan of Nicki to know this, you know Nicki is very prideful about any accolade. If she gets an award or
number 1 in Afghanistan, she go on iTunes.
It don't matter where she's going to post it. She's going to make a picture of it, and she's going to be proud of it, right? But in this moment, it seems like Candiace was having a hard time trying to figure out the difference between Billboard and iTunes. Because on iTunes, I think she was like iTunes.
iTunes, she was number 4.
She said 4 on iTunes.
iTunes, and 24 on Billboard.
On Billboard.
Billboard R&B. Yeah.
So of course, this clip came out last week. Everybody's been in uproar saying like people don't like Candiace, but they don't like the way that Nicki moved. Some people, most of the barbs, feel like Nicki was right in asking in that.
Fuck they stupid asses. They dumb asses. Them dumb ass motherfuckers.
Wait. Then we gonna get flagged.
You gonna get the barbs taking down the lane.
Oh, you right. Sorry, y'all.
No, his Instagram not gonna work tomorrow.
Antonio is not affiliated with the lean. But anyway, I want to hear y'all thoughts on this whole thing as far as like how y'all feel like it was disrespectful. You feel like it was okay? Just y'all thoughts on this whole little moment.
So it was her facial expressions and stuff for me. Has she just been asking the questions and asked without her shady undertones and facial expressions? But she was coming across very condescending, extremely condescending. And Candiace knew. Mm-hmm. And I think that threw her off because she really didn't expect that, to be quite honest. I understand you coming asking questions, but I didn't expect you to be condescending.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
Nicki did not do Candiace. Everybody keeps saying Nicki did Candiace a huge favor by asking her to. First of all, Nicki in them 2 seconds did nothing to boost Candiace's career. Nothing. Not a zip, zero zilch. She didn't do nothing to help Candiace at all.
I saw
there's nothing that she could do to help Candiace.
No, I saw it as more so that like Cortez said, a lot of people disliked Candiace. And when they saw that, they even though they disliked her, they didn't like the way Nicki treated her. So I look at it.
I don't like her.
But I'm looking at it more if you did her a favor because you got her a little bit more of some favor with people that wanted probably emailed Andy, those anonymous people that emailed Andy want her fired or whatever.
Because I still don't like her when it's all done. I just don't like. I like her music though. I can just I like Candiace's music.
You a little bit. You've said some nice things. Let's not.
Yeah.
I didn't like Nicki's facial expressions. I thought they were disrespectful. I think that it's kind of messed up because Nicki knows it's hard to break out in the industry. And I mean, she was wearing pink bangs and mixtapes for the longest before people even knew who she was. She had her ghostwriter, SB, doing stuff for her. So
Yes.
it's hard. It takes a village. So for this to be Candiace's like first album, independent, not signed, 20 copies, you side eyeing her on R&B, and we already know people don't even like R&B no more. Like Ari
Exactly.
really don't get props like she should. Normand, like a lot of people really in R&B, they don't get bigged up like they need to. So Nicki's been known for hating on women in the industry anyway. So I mean, I wasn't shocked, but I was
Yeah.
very, very disappointed
Yeah.
in how she kind of shaded her. She was like, "You sure 20,000?" And then I don't like how everybody behind them was like, "Yeah, just sing your song."
Yeah.
Like, let the girl. When you sing a cappella, you usually need like a harmonica to give you your tune.
She been crying like it
Right.
was a lot.
I wasn't
Somebody said,
playing.
don't play with Normani.
Normani. I was saying she doesn't get the props that she needs. Barbara,
Yeah.
damn.
I also will say, Asia, to go back onto what you said too about Nicki know how hard it is to get start out and everything. You have to remember she kind of sold out on rap and went pop just to make it.
Yeah.
And when did she start getting her number ones? Was Super Bass
with other people because she don't have
Super Bass never went number one.
She don't have a Billboard.
It was
whatever that
almost doesn't count.
Stars, what's the Starship? Whatever. That's all that. Like Nicki, you was using auto tune. Like that's when you got your little bops. I didn't say nothing bad about Normani.
Let me just say this, guys. I'm glad I went last because I'm just gonna say.
Anton, did you go?
Oh, I didn't like even the whole start out.
What?
With it, when she was asking, when she asked, how successful did they think it was going to be? I didn't like that because to me that was already shady, knowing that it wasn't just this uber successful, song or album. And yeah, Nicki, she just got a number one, I think, when she hopped on somebody else's shit. So
that's all her songs are hop. All the other number ones are a collaboration.
Exactly. So Nicki. I didn't like any of it. I didn't like the whole sing or something. Everybody knows that Candiace can sing, and nobody, I don't care who it is, wants to really be put on the spot to sing unless you've prepared to do that in advance. Nobody just really wants to do that. So for them to be pushing her like, yeah, go ahead and sing it. It's your song, sing it. I didn't like that either because ain't nobody, coming for we come for Robins, bedazzled hats and shit like that all the time, but nobody else. Their hustle was not came for in the way that Candiace's was. I didn't like that. I don't give a fuck that Nicki is in the music industry. Bitch, you can't sing either. We done heard you trying to sing on the
doesn't Nicki have two number ones though? She has the one with Doja Cat and she has the one for Trolls. Didn't Trolls go number one?
Yeah.
6ix9ine.
With someone else. Yeah, within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to just throw this out there, you guys. I love Nicki Minaj, and I just said, no, I'm leaving. Okay, congratulations. Okay, then fuck off.
Happy birthday.
I love Nicki Minaj. I mean, I'm not a bar, but I love Nicki Minaj. I met up on her, but I will say this: I do not like the way that she treated Candiace at the reunion. I do think that she sounded condescending, and it gave a bad taste in my mouth because she is a new artist. I read a comment here. I do not know who did it, but I also believe about the Candiace is a little bit older in the game, and about Tamar, Candiace is too late in the game to pop off. Tamar's amazing voice, and that's how she was able to pop off with her 30s. I do think that this is like Candiace is probably insecure, but not insecure, but just worried about and have those thoughts come out anyway. So I do think that Nicki could have been a little bit more supportive and not as shady. I know this is a shady thing, but when it came to her artistry, that's clearly like in my mind, I think that Candiace's issue the whole season came from somebody fucking with her artistry and what she was trying to do. And like literally, and the Mama Dot stuff too. But when it's all said and done, it was talking about what she's trying to do right now. So I do think that if Nicki really watched the show, then she would have known that that's a trigger. And if you weren't trying to trigger her, then why did you bring it up? Yeah. And that's not
because really that's the Candiace and Mia beef.
The whole thing.
The music.
Yeah. So, I completely agree. I mean, this was the moment I really didn't care for what she did. Personally, I do think that it made it harder for her to sing because she had already opened a room for so much shade. And then you got Mia side comments and
Right.
Giselle saying, "Sing your shit, sing your shit."
Yeah,
And
that
it's
was
just
rude.
like,
I can see if she was a girl trying to make she's still trying to make it, but she's already got her stuff sold. She got an album, she got hits. I mean,
Yeah,
she got a single. That's something you do to somebody that's trying to make it to a Swahili or whatever. You don't do that to somebody that's already done put her little stuff in.
you said a make it to who?
So she meant to say sweetie.
Sweetie.
Oh.
I said that's something you do. Like, go ahead and bust a rap for me.
Look, as long as you ain't say Normani, because Barbara was gonna get on you, girl.
Yeah, I like
Well, this is the
I
thing.
like
I want to say, like, this is why, like, even when the episode aired, when they were doing the video, I feel bad for her because it's like, you know, she's filming the show while also filming the video, and then all of a sudden I'm sure she was just as nervous about that, and then here we go, the low budget thing. Personally, I'm gonna say it's a little bit hypocritical for people to be upset at Nicki and not be mad at Mia for coming, because it's still coming to her artistry, however you want to put it. But I don't want to be called biased today. I'm just saying that's personally how I feel. If you can feel a way about Nicki being condescending that way, Mia was just as much and ain't have shit but a chicken fried leg stripper joint.
I mean, it's just the fact that if Nicki is actually in music and stuff like that, that's the only
Yeah, I that's the difference.
Mia doesn't have
I expected more from Nicki on that aspect.
Right.
And you know what? There's a video of Nicki from a long time ago when she's like in that pink wig and she's sitting there talking about how she, you know, wanted respect about some kind of it was some respect of the video shoot.
Yeah, because if I was to be eating, if I would have let them give me the pickle juice, I'll be eating pickle juice.
That's it. Yep. So it's kind of crazy. I see a lot of hypocritical people in place, but you know what? That's just my thing. I'm glad she did sing. She did sound fine. And I do think she should have came to the reunion prepared to sing. You can't. I mean, it was.
She said she did. She said she came to sing a gospel song. Like, if you watch her live last night, she said she was practicing and she said she was going to sing a gospel song. And Giselle was like in her ear, like, "No, you can't, because we won't be able to."
They let Portia sing Amazing Grace.
That's what was like. But they were like,
"No,
it's cleared. It's not going to get cleared, so don't sing it." And I was like, whatever.
You tell nobody.
I want to know what Candiace tweeted about Mia. And
I want to say this. I see Diva says she works at entertainment. So Diva's one of the ones that said that basically Nicki put her on, Nicki helped her. Personally, I'm gonna say this. I don't think every story has to be a dog eat dog story. Like, it doesn't always have to be messy. Every artist should not have to go through so much scrutiny and like issues to make it big. Some people have made it without sleeping people, some made without getting cussed out. I don't think just the industry has to be that way. And I think this was a good example to help Nicki, because Nicki is trash when it comes to helping other women, but she just kind of did what she always does, and that's why she's Nicki. So I get what you're saying.
Agreed.
I don't think that everything has to be like the industry. Like, let's break the industry and let's try. Nicki had the good opportunity. She was on this platform. So I mean, just
show respect was I would do. I could see if it was party for the party or money came back.
But not even that. Nicki,
it's a real art thing.
Nicki was a guest.
Right.
Act like a guest.
Act like a guest. Well, my thing was like, if
she was at Candiace's house.
That's what I'm saying. She was
her
at her
house. A tune, a key. Give her some tea to clear her voice. She just been yelling for the past like 10 hours. You really think somebody gonna sing a cappella? Just be like, sing me a song.
And I know she was humming and doing little in between breaks, but that wasn't no one.
Did y'all see that Karen wasn't even snapping when they was doing
I did. Even me was just like.
Mia's a loser.
Even Mia was doing a little.
Oh, I also did not like how I appreciated Chris's response to Nicki today online when Nicki said Candy husband need to stay out of it. He said, "I don't need nothing but support my wife."
Exactly. But you know how Chris goes.
So you know Chris page is under fire by the Barbs. I mean, I'm surprised it ain't shut down. Yeah, you know, the Barbs ain't got much going on.
They don't have the power they used to have.
They can't get your page shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But basically after this, at the ending, of course, he walks out, and I do want to say it was very nice to see Andy so proud, and that's why people say like Andy don't like Candiace. I think he likes everybody he has on the show. I think to him, they like his babies. I mean, he white man, but these are his employees or whatever and stuff like that. And I feel like seeing him being proud and happy of her like singing.
That was a tequila.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I don't think it was genuine from
And
him.
probably the cocaine too.
Oh
I don't think-
Lord.
I don't think
love
it
to
was
make
genuine
you
from
freaking
him.
coke.
I think he saw Chris's reaction from the silent and was trying to smooth it over before it turned into something big.
Oh, Chris
I don't think that he likes Candiace either.
I don't. Candiace.
I think he tolerates her, but
The same way he does Kenya, because he don't like Kenya.
Yeah, I don't think he likes Kenya either, but I think he tolerates her. I think he likes her more than he likes Kenya. But I think her personality bothers him a tad.
It does. When a black woman is speaking her mind and not backing down, you know the number one person who's not gonna like that
And smarter than you.
Right.
I mean,
well, I thought the chicken was lovely. Well, I thought it was nice to see him go over there and talk to her.
It was nice.
It was nice.
I don't know.
You can't deny her talent. I think at the end of the day, you can't deny who she is.
What's there?
Even Mia said it. Mia said, "Okay, man."
Yeah,
she did. Mia did say that. Mia was like, "Okay, girl."
Ain't nobody studying Mia.
But she did.
I'm gonna go download it now.
Mia woke up at the end.
She don't know how to download.
Right.
Mia woke up at the end of the reunion. It's like Mia, you late, girl. The show about to go off.
Yeah, you can't switch your storyline up now, sis. Like,
Right.
you should be at that.
But I mean, that just shows her because she said, "What you thought what you think it was going to be before the video came out?" A -2. Like that's why I don't nobody fuck with her because she just throws stuff out all the time without even thinking about it with her big ass feet. I can't stand me. 12.
If she can come back on the show, she needs to open a franchise of steak and lobster strip club joints. That's
or big and tall feet because there's a lot of women out there that 12 to 15 sizes.
Oh Lord.
For real.
As Kay said, I'll give her props, but she will not be a pop star, superstar. Sorry, I don't see that happening.
I don't think she sees it just happening. I mean, she might.
Well, did y'all see the video?
I think she's just getting the opportunity to really do what she's wanted to do for so long. And who are we to say, oh, well, bitch, you 34, you can't go and be no singer. Child, listen, I am 40.
Well,
and
you know,
tomorrow, if I decide I want to
you
go.
can't do that, Phaedra. We was in agreement with Phaedra told Demetria. So we
I
wasn't necessarily in agreement. I thought
did.
it was funny though.
I thought it was
that
fun.
she should be a folk singer.
Right.
That was Phaedra told that lady.
Phaedra was hating. I love Phaedra. She was hating.
I love
She
Phaedra.
was. Because they had already said that Demetria could
I don't
sing,
care. She
but
gave me a good TV moment then. So that's
it
fine.
was.
I do want to say with the whole Chris thing, you know, of course, it's been like controversial all day, but Candiace got on live today and she said that wasn't a moment. Basically, as if they didn't think that was going to air, like that he went out there because I actually heard that there was a whole lot more that Chris said that did not air, and it was actually really bad, really like from the side, really bad. But basically, today on live, she was saying that it wasn't supposed to be shown to us, and I'm like, well, Candiace, like y'all was still mic and stuff like that, so you can't really say, you know, what was gonna be shown. Like you still got your mics on, the camera still rolling. Of course, they're gonna show Chris getting mad or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like he had a right to be upset.
yes.
Everybody was like, Giselle was like asking, like, "Are you whatever?" And Robin was like, "Are you still complaining?" Like they
well, they don't really have no man that care for them in that aspect to like stick up for them either.
But even take that away. We sat here as viewers and didn't like how Nicki talked to her. We don't love Candiace the way he does. So why wouldn't we expect him to be upset?
Exactly.
Yeah. I just think that because he wasn't mic'd, that it wasn't conscious to him that they were mic'd, so was still going to pick up what he was saying.
I don't think he cares.
I mean, I'm not saying that he does. He clearly don't care because he was on her page.
You remember a while back I told y'all, we talking about Candiace off camera, and I was like, they're actually opposite in real life.
Yeah,
they're really
told me that. You told me
that. I can believe that.
Like they're. I mean, you know,
he's the one that pop off.
He's the way.
I did see the softer, calmer side of Candiace at this reunion that I did all season.
Yeah. I think that's what
especially in the last part.
Him to be proud of, because I understand why he was upset, but I also understood why she was trying to tell him it was cool, because a lot of not us, but a lot of people expected her to cry, be overly defensive and whatnot toward Nicki and her questioning, although it was very shady. And I think she was proud of herself for maintaining composure, and I think that's what she probably was trying to tell.
But who do we think Nicki went the hardest on and went the weakest on?
Oh, she definitely. I don't even remember her saying really anything to Karen out the way. So definitely Karen got it the easiest, and the hardest
was Ashley.
I
don't know. Ashley,
I don't know, because Candiace and Ashley are tied. One, because she went for Candiace's artistry, and then she went for Ashley's, like personal life. So
she didn't cry. Well, Dave, I'm saying she didn't cry like about anything that Nicki said. I think she was crying about her mom or something like that.
Yeah,
I want to say Candiace now. I want to say Candiace now, because also Ashley, she went hard at Ashley, but it lasted 3 minutes.
Yeah,
she went hard on Candiace for a while.
Yeah. And it's her career. So this is something that Candiace wants to do outside of this show. And I feel like if anybody came at like our hard work specifically, like we would feel a certain type of way. So I do feel like she came in Candiace the hardest.
Well, she came at Ashley work too. She came at her storyline. I'm just joking.
I mean, that's it was. She came at Ashley, as far as like what I said earlier, like about stuff that people have already been telling Ashley.
Yeah, I think Candiace got it hard.
I can agree that Candiace got it the hardest.
Ashley took it the hardest.
Because she ain't got nothing else going on.
Was gonna take. She didn't want to lose the
Nicki's favorite is Karen and Wendy, but I don't know if she liked Wendy too much now, because she saw that she was looking at her cards.
I think that was nice.
And she tried to call her. She tried to liken her to a thief.
Right. I really didn't like.
She did liken her to a thief. She really did.
I mean,
she did.
Then you try to do the whole white thing. They would have never did that to Andy. Chad.
They did do it to Andy. What are you?
But it's actually
Ramona did.
Yeah, it's kind of been done. Ramona looked at some or whatever. I actually
took his cards and passed them down or something.
Right.
From what I remember.
Well, she did it in her face. How she didn't see it? I didn't know. I mean, it looked like she wasn't trying to hide it.
Yeah.
It's just when you liken it to like a crime. That's when.
Listen, one thing Nicki gonna do is she gonna tweet, okay? And she tweets.
There's a break.
She'll tweet about everything.
She needs to say that. If that's what she wants to
remember.
She
was never coming to Twitter again after the whole vaccine thing. So I'm surprised. I don't know why she's tweeting, because she said she was never coming to Twitter again. She said she was done for good.
How Wendy's gonna respond now, because Wendy is like a super. She said she was a barb just last week.
She did.
So I wonder.
She didn't respond to Nicki. She responded.
I kind of was disappointed in Wendy for that. You deflected. You attacked Giselle, but you didn't address what Nicki
did not. And I did laugh at what she said.
You deflected.
Sorry.
When Nicki tweeted about Wendy, and instead of Wendy addressing Nicki, she deflected and attacked Giselle.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Got a turkey.
I wouldn't have said nothing to Nicki. I would have had that smoke for Giselle.
Now I will say this.
I would have told both they asked to go to sleep. The fuck, Nicki.
I don't know. I saw a comment when Wendy called her turkey neck, and somebody said, "Now Wendy, know that if Giselle had turned around and called her turkey neck, it would have turned into a whole colorism thing."
Now get out. No.
Oh Lord.
No.
Baby, I hollered.
That's dumb. That's very dumb.
No, why would it be turned into a colorist thing? Like, it's clear that we don't always talked about she got that
day. Maybe
y'all been calling her gizzard. I mean, come on.
Right.
There's somebody on this panel that always calls her gizzard.
Yeah, that was she would have called her a chocolate lollipop or something.
He's the only one. He's the only one.
But I'm aware. I do.
Okay, chocolate lollipop.
Who don't understand colorism and say some ignorant ass shit like that?
That's why. Well, I didn't tweet it.
Wait, then it said.
I didn't say Danny.
Oh,
did you like it?
Yes, you got to snort, Jazz.
Okay, so while we wait on people to join, I put the link up. They're gonna take a few calls today, because we are getting.
Where is Lisa?
While we get people in the queue to join, how would y'all rate this season? Starting with you, Antonia.
On a scale of
1 to 5.
1 to 5, I will give it a solid 4 stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danny,
Same. A 4.
Jasmine,
A 4.2.
Aisha,
3.
3.
3.
Okay, let us know in the comments, how would you rate this season from 1 to 5, from beginning to end? Did it deliver? Then David, I say out of 5, not out of 10.
Right, David.
I really wanted to go.
What would you
3.5,
date?
but
What would you rate it, Cortez?
Look at this. Troll account says Danny is so fine.
Get into it, Danny.
Not the troll account. That troll, let us
Yes.
know.
Get in Danny DM.
It said you didn't talk about Eddie's IG models.
Okay, we can talk about that on here. Y'all didn't.
I don't have nothing to say about it.
We don't really.
So,
I mean, we don't really got no.
I mean, what about it though?
I think they all do.
TKC, you join the live and let us. You come talk about it, because I ain't not much to say about it, honestly.
yeah, it was.
I mean, who cares? Nobody honestly cares if they man is liking a bunch of girls.
But
pictures.
Whitty's response seemed a little defensive too. I don't care. Like,
Oh
it just,
Lord.
Nuh-uh.
You don't
No,
care
I'm
about
looking
it. You
at the
really
comments.
don't care.
Okay,
We
so the
seen
first
Wendy
person
bother.
I'm gonna let join on is Brooke. Hey Brooke, welcome back to the
Hey, Brooke.
2.34.
Hi.
Hey, Brooke.
How you doing?
So my big issue with the Nicki segment of the reunion was that all the topics had already been discussed. So if you were going to bring her on to discuss some specific topics, Andy should have saved some for her, because we had already heard about all this. We kind of already hashed everything out. She asked some interesting questions that Andy wouldn't have asked, but like we'd already discussed all this. And so it felt, even though it was cute like the first 5 minutes or so, in the middle I was like, oh, she's still asking questions. And I forget who said it, maybe I think it was either Antonio or Danny, basically said that she seemed like she was rushing through questions, and like she's not a natural host, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
So to me it was just okay. And the end, when she was asking Candiace about the record sales, it was so cringy. I literally had to mute my TV because I was like, this is just too much, especially considering the source of the questions. Come on now, we're not doing this. But overall, I thought the season started so strong. We were like, oh my God, it's so good. And then it just kind of went on a downward.
Dark.
So I hope they get rid of Wendy, because I can't stand her. Can't stand her. I just can't. I never understood the transition.
Colorism. No, I'm just bullshit.
I don't get it. Her clothes were too little half the time. Like, your body looks good, but wear clothes.
Body shaming. Thank you.
I don't care. But I think I don't like Mia, but she's entertaining. At least Wendy wasn't even that entertaining to me with what she was doing, even though she was trying a lot. But before I go, I just want to say I really enjoyed all of y'all all season. It's been a great panel. Y'all been great. I've enjoyed. I think I've tuned in live every week except for a couple. But yeah, I just want to give y'all flowers.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Brooke.
Even out of the country, and we will see you later.
Bye.
All right, boo. All right, that was Brooke. And next up we have. Also, I'm not rushing nobody. However, I like how Brooke came on and she got off. Let's try to keep it, because we can make sure everyone in the queue can get on. Because
Danny gonna be ready to go in a minute.
And also, Bell and Troll account, stop fighting over Danny in the comments. He is available for both of y'all.
Right.
Bo, it's enough for Danny to go
next person
around.
we have Kyra. Hey, Kyra.
Hi,
Hey,
I
Kyra.
was going to be second. Hi, everyone. How are you all tonight?
What's going
Good
on?
to you.
Danny, you're a hot commodity tonight. Okay.
Thank you.
I think I would give this reunion a 3. I thought, I'm over Nicki. This part was stupid for me personally, because the fact is, she asked questions that were like a Twitter, I say kiki, like, oh, are they in a lesbian relationship? But like, you knew you weren't going to get a real answer, so you're just asking questions just to ask them half the time, for me personally. And as Brooke said also, she did ask questions. She asked, for me personally, also like the same exact question that we already talked about. It would have been interesting for her to like actually dive into. I found it interesting as her as an artist why she didn't really talk to Mia about Mia coming to that video. Mia acting the way she did. That would have been more interesting than her going off on these streams and numbers. Because I also caught it that she did not like when Candiace said, like 500,000, whatever she said, for streams, and so she wanted her to talk about downloads because she figured that number would be lower. Because some people get those confused about what are streams and what are downloads, and so I saw a lot of people on Twitter trying to clown Candiace about 20,000 versus her saying 500,000 for streams. So I think that was also like her trying. That whole situation was shady, and her trying to be slick. I don't care what anyone says. There's no helping. What are you helping me do? I already have like my third music video out. She's not signed to a record label. She owns all her masters. She's signed to a distribution deal, which is even better. So she's in.
Yep.
So it's just like she don't need all of that. There's her supporting Candiace could have been like, oh, I really liked your song Drive Back. The video shit was really cool. I know you had some difficulties. That would have been a moment. But what we got instead was her trying to play Candiace about billboards and iTunes, and this is the same woman who was screaming on Queen Radio about how she was upset about Justin Bieber and Travis Scott selling merch with their albums and people actually buying the merch and getting the album itself, and that was inflating their numbers. I feel like people forgot about that. That's the Nicki. That was she don't even care about billboards and stuff like that.
She whack as hell.
For that, and like also because I know I'm trying to be fast because Brooke was talking and I already talked fast. Forehead. It is sad, and I forgot that Forehead has been with that scab of a man since she was 21 or 22. You can't tell me that was nothing else but trying to survive. You didn't. There was no charisma, no sex. There was nothing of that scab of a man you could have found at 21, 22. You gave your 20s to this scab of a man for him to be cheating on you after you give birth on national TV, and this also is broadcast in other parts of the world. Nothing in this world would have allowed me to offer up my youth like
she
this.
Look at them commas. That's why she did it, baby.
She's trying to get them commas, but she's only gonna get them from them babies.
That man don't give me no money.
But I'm gonna let my time go. But yeah, it just Nicki was alright. I think this could have been 3 parts. I wish the husbands was, I guess, on a little bit longer, but there's already not that many husbands. I mean, Robin has a roommate, and Giselle has her luggage, so like it's whatever.
Damn. Why you have to eat them up like that?
Slow down.
We're gonna let you go, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyra.
It's been a pleasure.
Bye, Kyra.
Right.
Bye, Kyra.
Good night.
All right, so the next person we're going to have is
Lisa.
our lovable Lisa.
Yes, Lisa. Yes.
Hey, Lisa.
You bonded up, ain't you, Lisa?
All right, go ahead,
Yeah, I'm
Lisa.
covered up any kind of cold. But any kind, let me go make it quick because Coquette's be getting on me all the time. Let me go ahead and say what I got to say. No, I did not like Nicki Minaj's interviews on the last episode on the reunion. I did not like it. Plus, I did not like the way she came at my girl Candiace about that song, girl. Ain't like you had no #1 hits or albums around here. Come on now. And you don't even talk about nobody else's husband when everybody got accused your husband of assault. Okay? Let's come on now. Okay, we can't be doing that. Okay? And I don't blame Chris coming up being mad like I'll be I don't like the Chris, I don't like the Chris he was asking you. No. Yeah, and so what if Wendy read those damn calls? Who cares? Okay. Somebody probably read Andy cards and you just don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because Andy probably like let that stuff go, but her coming out the window about some bull crap like that, child, please let it go. And it's just I just didn't like it. I just didn't like her interview at all. You know, I just didn't like it. I mean, it's just dumb to me. It was just stupid to me.
How did you feel about Candiace?
They could have did without that. They could have did without that episode. And
how did you feel about how Candiace sang? You think she?
I like Candiace's voice. I believe she can really sing. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got the best voice out there. I believe she do. I believe she can though. And I like the album. I heard the album and I like the album. I like the song called Drive Back. Like she said, every woman have drive back to that man sometime. Come on now.
That song is a bop.
The men might drive back to their men too.
Several times.
Her whole album is a bop.
Like that. But also, yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. Cortez, don't put this out there. My sister-in-law is looking for a kidney, y'all. If you know anybody out there who want a donate part of a kidney or know how to get on the kidney
Transparent
transplant
list.
list, please go to my Facebook page and my IGM page and DM me and you will message me and let me know, okay? And I will see y'all next week. Cortez, are you gonna do the Porsche show?
We are. Can you hear me? Oh, yeah, we are. Just got to figure out the timeline for it because Salt Lake City. Now that Potomac is ended, Salt Lake City is going to get moved to Mondays. So we got to figure out the Porsche
Did
situation
you
right
do
now.
it
I know we're
last
doing
night?
Ultimate Girls Trip, and we definitely doing Salt Lake City. So for Porsche show, I definitely want to do is got to figure out what part of the week it's going to be. So yeah.
Okay, but did you do it last night though?
No, we didn't do it. I watched it.
Okay,
We haven't
okay.
did it yet. I know Daddy's
Yeah,
probably
y'all ain't
going to.
missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing, child. Ain't no but a bunch of mess and all them lying. I between all of
I will not be
Jaden
on
and
that.
Fallon and all them right there. Hey, they need to go get some STDs.
We're going to talk about that show later. Okay, Lisa, I got to let you go, all right?
Okay, darling.
Prayers to your sister, Lisa. Prayers to your sister.
All right, next person we have up is Megan. Hey, Megan, welcome back into the league.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Hi. Mhm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, haven't gone on in a minute, but since it's the end, it's finally the end of Potomac. It feels like it's been like 3 years and we're finally done.
Yes.
So basically, like what everybody's already said, Nicki was like in my book, maybe like a 5 I would give her. Here's the thing, I just feel like I don't really understand how somebody can be talking about anybody's marriages, like when she's in her situation.
Say that.
And like when she asked Ashley, like what like what attracted you to Michael? I kind of wanted Ashley to ask her what attracted her to her husband, because it's just like we can do this, both ways. Like we can I just feel like she had no ground to stand on. And I kind of, that was my whole reservation about Nicki coming on, because I was like, this is cute, but like, are we really going to let this woman talk about like the marriages, which was a big part of the season, like talk about these like really sensitive things when like her own life looks like what it looks like are we really going to do that? So that was like, I was already not really for her like getting in the chair and asking questions, because I was just like, why are we kind of like rewarding this person? But anyways, and with Candiace, I also am not a Candiace fan, but like it was just very interesting how Nicki treated her with those questions. It gave very like here's the thing. When that happened with Candiace, I'm just like, all right, every single story that every woman has told of Nicki in the industry, I believed it right there and then. Because I'm just like, why are you treating this girl like she's really like about to be at a stage arena tomorrow? Like she was like, I think Candiace, she did get her numbers wrong. I think she's like 500,000. I was like, Candiace, girl, you know it's not 500,000. But she's at 20,000 copies. And the way Nicki looked at her, and I was just like, well, why are you looking at her like that? Like, what is like, why are you
condescending?
This look? I'm just like, girl, like that is not cute. So when she did that, I was like, nah, I believe Cardi. I believe there have been some stuff with Megan allegedly, like that she's kind of weird with them. I totally believed it, because I'm just like the jealousy, like you can't take it. It's just Candiace.
And don't forget, look, the Queen Bee, look him.
Oh, yep.
Barbara would love that.
I don't know about that.
Well, I know all about it.
Go ahead,
We'll talk about that later.
No, but honestly, that's all I had to say. And also, Chris, it's just like, I love him, but please stay out of women's business. Just stay out. It never works. It never works when you're the husband. I get why. I do think he's justified in being a little bit upset about the line of questioning. I get it, but it's like, I don't think there's ever been a husband on this show where it has worked when he gets in the women's business. I don't think it's ever worked. Maybe, no, Greg really didn't do that. Maybe like
Peter.
Say it again.
Peter.
No, they didn't work for Peter.
That
You see how Nene went.
That did not work. It just doesn't work. And it's just like, I just feel like it doesn't work. So I just need him to stay in his lane, even though I get it. And I think he's justified. I'm like, Chris, just stop. But other than that, that's all I had to say. So
Okay. Thank you, Megan, for leaning in.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Megan
Thank you,
Bees.
Megan.
Have a good night.
Good night. All right. Next up, we have Brittany. Hey, Brittany. Welcome back to the lean.
Hey, Brittany.
Hey guys, how are
Hey,
you?
girl.
Good,
Good. How
you?
are you?
I'm doing good. So I just wanted to start off by saying I've loved watching all of you guys all season. You guys do my favorite recaps, so I just wanted to start off by saying that.
Thank you.
So I basically agree with what everybody said about Nikki, so I don't think I have to repeat it. She was okay, and her personal life is a mess. But what I did want to say is for Potomac next season, I need these ladies to have fun again. Like, I just need them to enjoy each other's company. I saw
Mhm.
someone say that Potomac kind of feels like Survivor right now. It's just like Giselle picking someone to pick on and then kind of just going at them all season. And she comes to the reunion and pretends like she doesn't know what she's done all season. And I'm kind of over that. So that's why Ashley can go. Mia, I want to give her a second chance, like you guys said earlier. I do think everyone deserves a second season, but she has to stop with the lying. She needs to stop with the fake beefs. And hopefully, she'll come just as herself instead of trying to be this shady person when it's obvious she's not quick enough to do that. So, if she stops all of that, I'd like to see her back. Robin, like I said before, I want to like Robin, but the problem is I want to see Giselle try. Like, I feel like as long as Robin is around, Giselle is going to keep coming back doing the exact same thing that she's been doing because she doesn't have to try to build relationships with anybody because she has her best friend there. So that's kind of why I unfortunately want Robin to be at least demoted because I need Giselle to give us something else. I'm kind of over this same mean girl stuff with her.
Yeah.
Um, Candiace has done enough. Candiace, when you come back, please play it like you did at the beginning of the season. Just sit back, don't do anything. Give us some funny lines in the confessionals. Wendy, chill out a bit. I like you, Wendy, but stop pandering to social media. And Karen, get a storyline. That's kind of just how I feel. But I just want these ladies to have fun next season. I want next season to be fun.
Okay.
Thank you,
Well, appreciate you for
Brittany.
leaning in and giving your
Thanks,
perspective.
Brittany. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you,
you for
Brittany.
watching all
Have a
season.
good night.
We
You
enjoyed
too.
you. I noticed you calling in and out, but always right on time. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Have a great night, guys.
Have a
You
good
too.
one.
Thank
Thank
you so
Brittany.
you.
much.
All right, next person. We almost at the end of the line. It's the last lane of the Potomac, so we're gonna just get on through these calls. I didn't want to, have to let nobody not get in because it's a good conversation. So next person is Diva, Miss Entertainment.
Hey, Diva.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hey, Diva.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, I think last time we had a delay, so it didn't sound so good, but I'm glad
Yeah.
you can hear me.
Hmm?
Let me do this quickly. First, I did like the fact that, well, first of all, I felt like this was like a bonus show, kind of like one of those um deleted scenes type of show, but so it was just
Hmm.
kind of like a let's just have fun haha show. Um, I don't think it needed 4 episodes, but I think it was okay. I did like how Nikki brought out Mia's uh, trauma because really it towards the end of the season it was all about her being a stripper and G's attitude and all that type of stuff. But really, when you've been neglected by your parents and your mother tells you that every time I look at you, I can't stand you because you look like your father, that really hurts it really hurts a person. And I think that Mia is struggling to get her mother's attention, and she is jealous of how her mother gives her sister attention and not gives it to her. So that's why she's like, yes, she's watching my kids because she wants her to watch her kids just like she watches her sister's kids. So I think that she is trying to get her mother's love and affection just like I think she's just pining for it, basically. And I liked how, at least how Nikki picked that up and saw that she did have somewhat of a story. Uh, so that's about that. Um, I think that Candice, I liked how Nikki brought up that, Candice does need to speak to her mother about how her mom treats Chris. The fact that how much Chris is upset with Nikki when Nikki actually stood up for Chris for like the whole show. I thought that was kind of, I don't know, but he was drinking through his whole segment, so I don't know if he was listening. But I was like, she pretty much defended him. But and also Candice mentioned, I think, I don't know if it was like the second reunion or third, but she said that she was also having problems with her in-laws. Because you can't have somebody talking about someone's son on TV, and then you go to your in-laws' house and everything's gonna be copacetic. So I remember, I think personally, Candice had some type of fear with her mother, because she said that Mama Dot would listen to Nikki but not listen to her. So I think that's something that should be addressed, kind of like how the whole Mia situation. I think that it will be a very interesting, deep, real story if we actually explored the Candice and Mama Dot relationship, and Chris relationship. I think someone had said that Candice had the rights to her masters, which is probably the smartest thing that she could have done, is keep the rights to her masters. I mean, I think only Drake had gotten his masters like only recently, and so it's a big deal if you have that, because whoever owns the master. That's why make sure I shows my age, but that's why the Beatles started. What's his name? Head of the Beatles, Paul McCartney, had a problem with Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson bought, all of their masters in their catalog. So it's like he's making money every time a Beatles song is played. So that's why it's very important to have ownership of that. I'm trying to go over my notes real quick.
Well, Diva, I got one last caller. I'm sorry you can get your notes today, but we got other shows, and please call in for those shows, okay?
Okay, I just want to say 4 seconds that I think that the industry, like I said, I work in the industry. It's very hard. It's people are severely mean, and it's like you just gotta have a really thick skin to get through it. And if you can get through it, then you'll coast all the way. And I think that Candice at the end uh, had a good attitude about it. So that's what I would say.
I agree.
I appreciate that, and thanks for
Thank
the
you,
insight
Diva.
in the industry as well.
Thank you, Diva.
Thank you.
You have a good rest of your Monday.
You
I
too,
don't like
guys.
this
Bye.
comment that says Candice is strong and she don't need her husband to step in. Like, I don't like that at all.
Okay.
What you
Like,
mean?
last caller. Look at this last caller, and then we can
Sorry.
get out of here. All right, TKC, close us out. How you doing? Welcome back to the lean.
What's up,
What's up,
TKC?
Hi,
How you
Tiki.
doing?
Hey.
Hello.
I'm
Hi.
cussed out today.
What happened? Okay, let me start. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do not like Nikki or the barbs, but I did enjoy this part 4. Like, I enjoyed it better than parts 1 through 3, because I don't know. I like when it was kind of like a fan Q&A. So I like this part. Andy, yeah, I like this part. And to win, and let's go to Wendy, because y'all didn't talk about Wendy. I noticed y'all didn't talk about Wendy and Eddie's IG models.
It just wasn't really.
It wasn't much to talk about, but that's why I said you should join and give us what you, because I mean it was. I mean, just go ahead.
I mean, the thing is with me is I could have tell Wendy was insecure about it, and I don't blame her, because we all have insecurities in our relationships or whatever. But Nikki asked her about it, and then she did a little cringy laugh. It was cringy, and you could see her insecurities right there. And then she was like, "Well, the blogs are lying. He doesn't follow them." And then the next moment, she said, "Well, she doesn't know who he follows." So which one is Wendy? Like, if he he's a man. If he follows IG models, okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, Wendy, you can say, okay, he follows IG model. He's a man. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But of course, she got to put up this fake facade, and that's why I just don't want her to come back next season because I just don't want her to ruin her brand or whatever credibility she has at John Hopkins as the assistant professor. But I think that if she does come back, I would love to see her. If cameras are allowed on campus, I would love to see her in that role. I would love to see her doing her commentary on MSNBC. I want to see that Wendy. I don't want to see what she said, rat tat 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 Wendy. I don't want to see angry Wendy. I don't want to see IG model Wendy. I'm just disappointed in Wendy this season, honestly.
You want to see?
I don't want to see Zen win.
I don't want to see Zen win either, but it's like Wendy did way too much this season. I was disappointed in her.
I want to see whatever.
Yeah.
I want to see 4 Degrees Wendy again. I ain't even gonna lie.
That's what I want to see. Like, I want to see her. Like, yeah, bitch, I got 4 degrees. What do you have? I want to see that.
I don't even think we even got to see them win because
Mia can brag about her 400K and her being a boss and being a businesswoman, and nobody dragged her about it. But with last year when they got
nobody dragged her.
Mia.
They dragged her.
About the 400?
No, not like they dragged Wendy.
They caught her tacky for saying her salary out loud. They caught her tacky.
Yeah. I think the fans definitely dragged Wendy a lot more in that.
Oh yeah, they did for sure.
People were dragged, then they did Mia.
Yeah, but bragging about your salary and your status is very typical of that area and that stuff like that.
Yeah. Because I'm the highest paid on this panel. So
who said that?
Oh, I believe it. Because you got a fresh cut every week, baby. I believe it.
What you mean? But you can't even see my hair.
Mine be sweated out by the time I come on camera. So
bitch, you are not going to come on here and put this panel against each other on the last one.
You know what the thing is?
Y'all can have the money if you
trying to put us against each other.
Antonio said that. So
I did say it, not TKC now.
Antonio.
But yeah, did y'all see what Candiace tweeted like last night?
Also the oldest.
Oh, okay. We're not age shaming. We're not age shaming. TKC, any final thoughts before we lean out?
Yeah, my final thought about Candiace and Chris is like I love Candiace so much. Like I love her. I didn't like her first season, but when she was the only one who took on Ashley season 4, I fell in love with Candiace. But my thing is, I'm falling out of love with Candiace is because I'm starting to see like Candiace, you do hit below the belt. You don't have to go below the belt all the time. Like you can throw shade, but you don't have to just cut to the white meat all the time. Like last night after the episode, when Mia said, "You're a singer, sing," Candiace tweeted, "Well, you're a hoe, and we don't ask you to do such and such." And my thing is, that was unnecessary because Candiace, you are a singer. Like if you went on Funk Flex's radio show and you are a rapper, he asked you to rap, you're gonna have to rap. So I don't see where y'all have a problem with Nicki's line of questions because we all knew coming into this that Nicki is a shady girl. She's a mean girl. So I don't see why y'all so upset about it. Candiace, you're a singer. Like Nicki Minaj, even though I don't like her, she's one of the biggest artists in the world. Like if she asks you to sing, you're not gonna sing for the girl. It's like Candiace and Chris.
I don't think nobody
I think if you look at the transition of how it went from like her kind of condescending, attacking her accolades, and it went from that to singing.
Sing song.
I don't think she. Now was she condescending? Yeah, but I don't think she attacked her. I mean, 20,000 is good for 20,000 is good for a new artist.
But being condescending isn't an attack.
You can't.
I don't think so. You can be condescending without attacking someone.
I don't know.
I mean, condescending and passive aggression is like one and the same.
Oh, you're a little sweet little CD. That's so cute. Your little CD is so cute. Go ahead and sing something for me, little cutie. Yay! Like that's
you already have people that are like waiting on something to happen. Like somebody said earlier, Mia was waiting on her voice to crack. So it's just like it's a lot of pressure in the moment. I feel like that she was going through, and Nicki didn't make it any better. That these women were already kind of like, yeah, and she had, you know what I'm saying.
Candiace got all that mouth. Candiace is grown. Candiace got all that mouth, and she is.
But we've already seen that this music career, is her soft spot. It clearly is like a trigger for her. So I mean, come on.
But she's triggered a lot of the other women too. So
Oh Lord,
you know, and I love Candiace.
I think you
Even though
lied
she's
saying you
honestly
She
like
didn't
it
go
awesome
around
this last episode.
on a scale of 1 to 10 how you thought the candles was gonna be. She didn't
Yeah,
go
now
on
that I
1 to 10.
did not like. That I didn't like. But
Yeah.
other than that, I just don't
she
see
should have.
any
You know what?
problem
She
with
should
her
have checked
question.
all they did. She should have asked, "What's her name? How many backs she cracked? How many pamphlets she moved?"
Right. How
Let's
was
get
the
into it.
Siri? How much money did you put in? How much money did you really get Siri, Surrey County?
Right.
Like she didn't ask
Okay,
me.
now my
But I
girl.
get it. But
Y'all,
how
this
many
is
has
Robin
the
last
Robin
season though.
sell? TKC.
Somebody said,
You said what?
How many has the Robin sell?
Right.
I don't know because I
Give me
went by
give me
one.
the numbers on since you said you paid off your taxes. How much was like she wasn't digging in there like that.
Okay. Well, with that being said, TKC, we're gonna let you go. Thank you for bringing
Thank
it.
you,
Night.
TKC.
TKC came for the TKO, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
Come for the TKO.
Close it out strong.
I
That's what
love
TKC
TKC
do.
talking about some Candiace mouth, but he always coming on here with some mouth. Ain't that something?
ain't it something?
Ain't it
He
something?
don't back
I
down.
hope
Though.
they don't have
TKC
no
don't back down.
Listen, with that being said, that concludes the show. It went a little longer just because it was the last one, and this is the last time you'll see this panel here for this show. So
Until
again,
next
we want to
season.
appreciate everybody, not only the callers, but everyone that has watched this entire season. It's been a long 21 episodes, I believe, 22
Yeah.
episodes.
Oh my god.
I'm so tired.
But it's been good. I've enjoyed, of course, with whoever was here, whether it was me, Asian, Jasmine, whether it was me and Danny, or Antonio was here. Antonio was actually working half of the time, but here in the chat. So this is the last one for Potomac.
They limited my episodes, y'all, like how them people did Nene.
We couldn't commit to
And that's why you ain't the highest paid. Because
Why you over here
I'm the
lying?
highest paid per episode,
Acting a
not
fool
per
for
season.
Acting a fool for $2.
I'm Candy. I just keep paid to come, you know what I'm saying?
So if you want
I've been in the most episodes, so
Let's talk about wait a minute. Let's count it down, Asia, because I feel like maybe
let me close the show out, y'all. We can talk about this after thing. Again, thank
We'll go
you
in the chat.
everybody that has been calling in, joining each week. It's been great.
Yes.
Of course, you can find Jasmine, Asia, Antonio, Danny, and myself online on social media with our names right here. Or you can, I'm sure they're going to be on other shows. At Jasmine and Asia does Atlanta, Antonio does Married to Medicine, Danny is on Ultimate Girls Trip, and we kind of rotate in and out. So continue to watch the show, continue to support the lean, and we will see y'all on the next whatever. Oh, Ultimate Girls Trip tomorrow. So you watching that is tomorrow. And yeah.
Salt Lake City next week. Tune in.
Salt Lake City is gonna be on Mondays now.
Yeah.
I'll be in the chat.
It will not be on Sundays.
Whenever y'all
I need
do
my
the little
Sunday
portion
fun day
show.
back. I need it back. I'm sorry.
Asia.
And like Dr. C, who says, like, subscribe, and share the word about this amazing panel. Yes.
Oh, thank
Tell
you.
a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, Brooke. Everybody, Derek, TKC. Y'all have a good rest of y'all Monday, and we will see y'all next time.
Go move the car, girl. Go move the car, girl. Go.